great to be here, and just want to start by saying thank you for introducing us to Autoflow. It's interesting. I get to meet a lot of suppliers and a lot of people all the time, and I very rarely get surprised. But I definitely got surprised by yourself and Chris.
So look, Jax found that through Rob McIntosh. He's the head of our network. I'm actually not quite sure how they found you guys, but yeah, he rang me and said to me that we've got a solution for some issues we're having in the workshop, and sent it to me and did a heap of research on you guys, and we got started.
It has made my life, the tech's life as well, but my life as the guy ringing the customers, 100 times simpler. 100 times simpler.
Not because of what you are, coming to solve a problem for. Just the culture of your business and our business, and the alignment was just spot on from day one. So I rarely see that. So I was surprised.
So we don't have anything remotely close to Autoflow in Australia. There's a lot of businesses in our industry that have tried multiple different platforms. It is more than just a DVI. So when we look at Autoflow from start to finish, it gives us real-time tracking. So that means customer information about estimated time of completion is far more accurate. We have the work orders that back up the DVIs as well.
Before, without the photos, without all the other things, you would ring a customer, you would say, hey, you need brakes, you need shocks, you need this, $2,000 they'll say. They would question it. And what can I leave? What can I keep? What can I do? What can I do next time? But now with the digital vehicle inspection, so I would ring them and say, first thing I will say to them, have you checked the digital vehicle inspection I sent to you? And if they haven't, would you like to go through that together? And it makes it so much easier to have that conversation with the customer, especially the ones that aren't just, hey, you need an air filter, more like, hey, you need a lot more. It just makes it so much easier.
The key to JAX success is very, very simple. We've got 4 pillars of success: the voice of our customers, our franchisees. We're all in on franchisees, and you've met some great franchisees, and you're dealing with them now. And then it's our people, and more importantly, our partners. And as I said, when I met you and Chris, instantly the culture just aligned perfectly. We spoke the same language, even though we're from different countries. Really interesting. And again, it's rare in this industry to get good partners that align with your strategy and your culture. That fit was perfect.
I assumed it was going to slow us down. Productivity is key. And look, it did for a little bit. Now it hasn't. We're well back to where we were before. And the team under me have just taken it on the chin, and they're working with it, and they're doing it great as well.
We have a industry where trust and transparency is very, very short when it comes to our customer base. And we need to get better at presenting what we're seeing when we're doing inspections on a car.
I'm a creature of habit. So we've been doing the same thing for 6 odd years. So it was a big change for the shop, big change for me. But look, the way Dan showed me, and he's a good teacher, and the way we put it in at the start was not easy. But look, we could see the pros. I could see some cons that are now not there, which is good. But yeah, it was definitely difficult at the start. Yeah.
So we had a very robust inspection process, but a lot of those recorded findings were just being written down on a bit of paperwork. So again, when it came time to have a discussion with a customer, if you're in a position where you could have the car up on a hoist and you could take the customer into the shop and talk them through the inspection process,
the show and sell,
then that was a very different conversation. But things move very quickly in our industry, and we don't always have that opportunity.
Us at JAX, we have the red items you probably should attack today. The yellow items, maybe we could leave till next time, and the customers love that.
They come back and say you need brakes on your car. There was no evidence. There was no information. There was no proof. There was nothing to back that up. Yeah. So from a trust perspective, it's very hard for a customer to stand in a showroom environment, have a talk to a mechanic about what's going on out in the workshop.
We got three simple vision statements, and all of them just resonate with everything we're doing. Our brand statement is about peace of mind driving that's delivered through trust, transparency, and professionalism. How do you get trust? You've got to be trustworthy, and the Autoflow just links beautifully into that.
Technicians, surprisingly, I thought there was going to be a lot of resistance. The technicians actually loved it. The team adopted it really, really well. Look, I think what a lot of people potentially overlook, and we found it as well, is that in our workshop environment, if a customer has a complaint or a concern, they hear that, and it's their integrity that's being questioned. So to be able to give them a platform where that integrity is no longer under question, it's all very transparent and clear, they actually adopted it very quickly for that purpose. It protected them.
So we would say, and still do, to the customer on intake, you will receive a digital vehicle inspection. Have a look at it when you, that as again, another process. Sometimes it doesn't take off straight away. But we would just, step by step, we would say to them, can we make sure we say that to them at the start, because sometimes you would get spam text messages you don't want to open. And if they're aware of it, they will look at it. Sometimes not aware, they may not open it.
Back home, I think we all call it different things, but there's a very common thing in Australia called a dodgy mechanic. And that's been a stigma that's plagued our industry for years. So it's good to be able to be in a position with Autoflow to curb that around.
We had a little Corolla in. We done 4 tires and a wheel alignment. The guys do the walk-up photos, and they do them well. That was one thing we had to spend a bit of time on, get the guys to walk around and do a proper inspection of the vehicle. So we done the 4 tires, done the wheel alignment. Customer left, walked straight back in and said, "There's damage on my bumper bar that wasn't there before." So I deal with any sort of issues like that. Front counter called me in. I said, "Have you had a look at your digital vehicle inspection?" Before even checking it myself, I was confident that we didn't do it, which before Autoflow made me nervous. She said, "No, we looked at it together. It was already there before we touched the car." So instantly, she's like, "I do apologize. I didn't see it. Have a lovely day," which is awesome.
So our service advisors on the front counter, it was a challenge because in the beginning, it was a new system. It was a new addition to a workflow. So it was a challenge to get them to adopt it, but we were able to overcome that by working on integrating Autoflow to our point of sale. So that integration removed a lot of the legwork, and now it's very seamless.
Being transparent with the customer and looking for that lifetime relationship. We've nicknamed JAX now Hotel California. Once you come into our ecosystem, you can never leave. You know what I mean? And again, Autoflow is going to do that because we're a premium retailer. Premium retailers less about luxury and more about value driven from that stickiness and good quality service with transparency. I worry about the technology that's coming, not because we're not going to keep up with it, is because our customers are going to find it confusing. JAX needs to be there to help the customer through that journey. We'll fix the technology, we'll be able to repair the technology, we'll be able to service them, but they won't understand it. So from a consumer's perspective, we're really going to focus on that customer connection. I think Autoflow is going to help us do that in a very, very structured, systematic, routine way, right? And we can make sure that we do that and do it well together. So again, credit to you guys.
So we would say, and still do, to the customer on intake, you will receive a digital vehicle inspection. Have a look at it when you, that as again, another process. Sometimes it doesn't take off straight away. But we would just, step by step, we would say to them, can we make sure we say that to them at the start, because sometimes you would get spam text messages you don't want to open. And if they're aware of it, they will look at it. Again, a couple look at it and go, "No, I don't want to look at it." But if I ring them with the inspection and say, "Let's look at it together," because I can see what they can see, and go through it with them, it makes it easy.
I've got a really good manager, Will. He runs the team. JAX has got a vision. I try to share that vision the best that I can, and then Will tries to share my vision with the team. So between the three of us, we seem to execute things really well. But passionate people is a big part of that.